I have been so sick and tired. You guys heard me on the show the other day talk about this. I just really think there's such a bullshit double standard for Dave Meltzer. I heard many other people's comments. I was listening to everybody I could hear talk about this. And I even found some of the people who sort of defended him, but didn't defend him to be despicable. Like, they were like, of course what he said was terrible and horrible, and you know, he shouldn't have said it, but he said it, and he apologized, and I don't think he should be, you know, attacked. You know, a lot of people said that. A lot of people said something similar to that or something various. Specifically, Solomon said that. But why would you say that the guy messed up? Why would you, like, because he really didn't mess up. He just said that he preferred Peyton Royce's look before, and he was speaking about her breast enhancement, which I didn't even know she had. I had no idea that that even happened. So all he was saying was, like, I just think she was prettier before that happened. That's all he said. That's what he's guilty of. Cut his head off. You know, I mean, God, if they heard the things that some of the other guys on YouTube or podcasts said about the women, heads would fry, I guess. I don't know. But the weird thing is the double standard, how it's okay to call Kevin Owens a fat slob, or other people call him he doesn't look like a wrestler because he's fat. You know, those people were never publicly shamed, which, by the way, I don't think that anybody should be shamed for that either. Like, and it's not even shame, because your shaming starts with a shaming of Kevin Owens. But, you know, publicly, I don't think the mob should attack somebody for that. But, you know, they do that and nothing happens. But this little comment from Dave Meltzer, which is like nothing, is attacked. Yet Becky Lynch said basically the same thing about Charlotte in a way, in a recent podcast. So she said, like, oh, you know, maybe I'm not over because I don't have the enhancements that Charlotte has. Can you imagine if Dave Meltzer had said, you know, I just think that, you know, maybe Becky isn't as over as Charlotte because, you know, her enhancements aren't as good, or she won't play ball. You know, imagine if they clipped that and sent that to Becky and Charlotte. They would be like a firestorm. And I get that obviously they're the talent, so they might be working and it's okay or whatever. But again, it's his job to talk about these things. This world has gone soft. It's gone so soft that soon Facebook apparently is going to be implementing scores for all of us based on our behavior on Facebook, which is what the Chinese government does to the Chinese people to keep them suppressed nowadays, which is what the Orville TV show predicted in a show about likes and socialism, not socialism, but our social aspects of life interfering with our real lives. People who were voted down eventually would be killed in real life, essentially. And since, you know, jobs a lot of times look for our Facebook pages or ask for our Facebook pages, you know, that could become a prominent score. I almost think that it's time that everybody gets off of Facebook at this point before it gets too bad. But here's Becky Lynch's comments that would have been terrible had Dave Meltzer said them.
Raw and Smackdown. And I've proven that time and time again, yet I don't get the opportunity. Why is that? Is it because I'm not blonde enough? Is that it?
Do you think that's an issue?
Is it because I don't have enough enhancements? Is that it? I'm treated like the redheaded stepchild.
See, I mean, if Dave Meltzer said, oh, you know, I think it's because she doesn't have enough enhancements, like, it would have been like a crazy blow up, right? And I get that she's probably working and everything like that, but, you know, be that as it may, it's bogus, again, from the world, the fake outrage on Dave Meltzer. That's just my opinion, guys. Hope you guys subscribe down below. What do you think about this outrage culture we live in now, where everybody cries and flips out and goes after somebody? I mean, it's nowhere near the comments that Dave Meltzer said are nowhere near the comments of the guy that said, you know, Leah's a whore and, like, Joe, you suck and should die, you cracker ass, and all these things. Like, he specifically went after me for all these things. And even that, like, it's not, like, I'm not outraged by that, nor should anybody really be. It's just a dude talking shit. Like, it's not a big deal. I'm not like, oh, God, my family was affected and I was affected. Give me a break. If we can deal with people that do that stuff, I'm pretty sure you can deal with Dave Meltzer saying, I don't know, I just think maybe she was a little prettier down in NXT is all I'm saying. I think you can deal with that. I think we can deal with that, Peyton. I think the internet should be able to deal with that. when there's people doing way worse things on the internet. The internet, social media has become hell on earth, man. It's very interesting, and we'll talk about that stuff not in my wrestling show, but on my other show. Probably over on youtube.com/corruptedpodcast. Speaking of that, I uploaded a bunch of new stuff. I'm going to be uploading new stuff on Patreon today. I'll look for that. There's the After Dark podcast with me and Jesse. Hope you guys hit that like button down below if you liked the video. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. I did a whole video and a comment the other day about All In and WWE. Hopefully you saw that video. If you didn't, it's popping up right now on your right. And if you didn't want to watch that, then check out the left side and click on the Patreon link. And that little box on the left, that's the Patreon. Click on it, it'll take you right there. You guys can check it out. There's some free stuff on there. Or you can decide if you want to become a patron. We'll see you there. See you tonight for Out of Nowhere podcast at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Our wrestling podcast is live tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll talk about a whole bunch of stuff. See you guys later.